What is going on, everyone? It's November 3rd. This is the Sharp Money live stream. My name is Robbie. I also go by the name ClosingDime. Today, we're going to be using the Sharp Money Discord plus EV bots to find some plays. This is where I find literally all my plus EV plays from. So if you're a new member or you have questions about plus EV betting in general, let me know. Sweet graphics and intro. Yeah, I love that little song in the beginning. Gets me going for sure. Nelson, how's it going, man? Matt, nice to see some names in the chat. Let's talk about the month of October because I haven't streamed since that month ended. A little recap here. Very, very good month for me. One of my best months ever, actually. I think it's probably my third best month ever. I've been doing this for close to 3 years now. I've had, I think, a $7,000 month and maybe an $8,000. So this was definitely up there for one of my best months ever. I did it on kind of lower volume than normal as well. And that's because I kind of got lucky here, but I was in the Dominican Republic from the 1st to the 10th. So I didn't place a single bet the first 10 days of the month and then absolutely crushed it after that. Let's go. Also loves the intro. Thanks for joining. So really good ROI. I typically run all time at like a 2.5% ROI. So me running at a 7.2 this month is a little steep. So that can be expected to come down, which it already has the first couple of days of November here. We'll get into my last couple of days because it was not pretty over the weekend. Just like I know a lot of other Sharp Money members, I think, struggled on both Saturday and Sunday. So if you're new here and you just started a couple of days ago and you got smoked this weekend, I'm telling you, you're not alone. You're probably on the right side of a lot of bets, and sometimes the value doesn't always cash out, and that's all right. And you just keep betting through it. As long as you're getting good CLV, you're good to go. So a little breakdown of my leagues, I would say, is NFL led the way, $5,000 of profit there. NBA with 2,800. So if I can keep NBA and NFL strong this next week going forward, we'll be good to go. MLB only had a few plays there, but that's all done. Shout out the Dodgers for that win. Sportsbooks, FanDuel, Onyx Odds, Novig's, DraftKings, even up on Bookmaker. So I love seeing really being able to profit on these sharper books like Novig and Bookmaker is nice. 2-0. The only time I really bet into Bookmaker is my NFL running back projection. So that's good. So let's take a look at the bad stuff. So if we look at this week, very bad, or this week just started, I guess. Let me go to the calendar. So Saturday, I got hit for a negative 24% ROI with negative $2,200. So I took a pretty big loss there, and my CLV was not great. I typically want to see closer to a 70% CLV beat. So maybe I was just on some bad plays on Saturday. I need to be a little bit more selective, better plays there. And then Sunday as well, down $256. Still, the CLV was not that great. Sometimes these running back props bring down the CLV because I don't always beat CLV on the actual totals. But we got 2K out today. I'm going to do a quick recap of what I have out so I don't accidentally double bet too many things. Pretty heavy on Memphis. We got Memphis plus 6.5 and plus 3.5. So I'm going to try to avoid that. Let's see bigger bets. So Dallas, Houston under full game. I want to probably stay away from. And Sacramento, Denver under. So these are both not good value. So maybe I hit those a little too early in the morning. But all right, let's hop over to plus EV bot and try to find some plays. Here is a good question though. At what bankroll is Pickett premium worth it? I think what we've always said is it's worth like a quarter of a unit. So it really gives you the ability to like make sure your closing line value is there, and like you just break down plays a lot better. There's a lot more stats to look into, but it's not going to profit you too much extra money. So like a quarter of a unit. So if you have $100 unit, I would say you want it to be $25 a month, and I think it is. What is it? 20 a month? I forget what it is. I think it's 20 a month. What's the quick pick bot? So the quick pick bot is simply a bot that Pickett made and put in our Discord and other Discords, and I'll show you how we use it. So like Math Wins, he's one of our handicappers, and what he'll do is like say he posts Cooper Flag under 3.5 rebounds on MGM plus 105. So that's the best price on the board is this MGM plus 105. But with the quick pick bot, we use it to send you a link to pick it with that bet. And then you can click through all of your sports books to find the best price. So we called this out at plus 105. The market moved a lot, but with VIP subscription, when we're originating our own plays, we're playing with like 10% edges. So you can play within like 10 cents of what we call out. So you can click over to FanDuel, ESPN. You can quickly see all the books you use and what the price is. So Onyx Odds has the best price here at minus 109. And same with DraftKings. So, but it's good for limited bettors to be able to bet on multiple books. So the quick pick bot is just something in our Discord where it's simply just a bot where if you post a play and then hit reply at quick pick bot, then you get it'll bring you to that screen. So that's a really cool feature that Pickett has. While we're talking about VIP, tomorrow is going to be the last day for the promo we're running. If you don't know what VIP is, it's a handicapping service that 3 of the SharpMoney owners run. I do running back projections. Math Wins does NBA player props, and Sigma does NFL player props. So if you want to get in on this promo, it is a name your price promo. So the original price is $200 a month, and we are taking offers, basically whatever you think is fair to offer, and we're either going to reject it or work with you on a price to get you in the VIP section. So this is something we limit to under 100 users. We'll never go over the 100 user cap because we don't want to kill our edges too quick. But if you're interested in joining VIP, like I said, tomorrow night will be the last night. So I'd get this in today. Just email us at team@BetSharpMoney. That's going to be running on the bottom of the screen. You can do that. So that being said, let's look at some Plus EV bots, which is obviously a different service. We have 2 different services. We have the VIP handicapping, and we have the SharpMoney Plus EV bots, which we're probably more known for the bots, but the handicapping service has done very well also. So let's look at some bot plays. We got college football. Other thing I'll say too, college basketball starts today. You're going to notice we don't have college basketball up on the bot yet. It's going to take us a day or two to work out some kinks. If you are new here and you weren't here last year, our college basketball bot is probably my favorite bot out of every bot we have. It actually blends Circa, Bookmaker, and Pinnacle prices together, even when the odds don't match up or when the numbers don't match up. So we've basically figured out how much like a half point of a total score is worth in a game. So if Bookmaker and Circa don't have the same exact line to compare, we can actually create artificial fair value prices and ship plays compared to those fair value prices. So that's going to be an awesome feature to have, especially with the line movement charts and the odds movement charts. So next couple days, you'll see some college basketball plays come up, and it'll be another learning curve of like how to play them because it's a little different. But that bot is my favorite. It's awesome. The running back picks are in the ClosingDime under VIP. You have to have the VIP subscription, NFL rushing yards. So like these are all the plays I sent out last week. I haven't updated my model yet. So I went 9-9 last week, which was kind of disappointing. We ended up losing a unit because of the VIG, obviously. Had a couple hooks. We had 2 injuries. We had Smaji Perine get injured early. We had Ollie Gordon get injured early. So every time we took someone's over, they just got hurt. All right, Bucks are looking pretty good here. So I've been on this play since the morning, but Pacers versus Bucks here. If you're not on it yet, a lot of SharpMoney members are definitely on that. I mean, look at all these names piling up on this bet. That can indicate that it's a really good bet. But Milwaukee Bucks -3.5, -148. Pinnacle has this price at -170. So getting it 22 cents better is awesome. Other thing you want to look at is this chart. So pretty much throughout the day, it's been dropping towards the Bucks. Limits were at 20,000, which is massive for a spread, especially an alternate line. Limits dropped, which usually indicates maybe someone was questionable and now they're probable, or vice versa. Someone that was probable is now questionable. I haven't been paying attention. I know Giannis was questionable last game. Maybe it was him. I don't know. I'm not really paying enough attention, but I do know that there was a lot of question marks in the NBA today, which it seems like there is every single day. But the limits bounced back up, and we did see another up from this minus 167 price down to minus 169. So you do want to see limits increase and then prices drop. So we did see that little drop there. And if you're new here, we're looking for this pink line are the odds of Pinnacle, which is one of the sharpest sports books in the industry. And the white line is how much money they're willing to take per bet. So the perfect scenario is white line goes up, pink line goes down. And it's not textbook perfect, but overall this paints a pretty good picture. And what it means is Pinnacle is willing to take more and more money on a bet. And if the odds are dropping, that means they're lowering the payout, meaning probably sharp action is coming on that side. If you're lowering the payout, it also means the win probability is going up, because that's why you're lowering the payout, is because now it's more likely to happen. So we're looking for Pinnacle odds to be dropping. So this is kind of a textbook play. Really want to be on the Bucks side here. Bucks minus 3.5, minus 148. If I go to my open bets today, I think I'm already on 2 of these Bucks bets. Maybe not. Bucks minus 3.5 for $250. So I'll actually add a little bit more, probably only another $100. So Bucks minus 3.5, minus 148 is a play. And I've had a lot of questions on, how much you should be betting. And, Kelly criterion is never a bad unit sizing or way to judge your unit sizes, but myself and the other SharpMoney owners have all kind of switched to flat betting 1 units. So if you go here, we have a Kelly criterion price, how much you should be betting. So if you were doing 1 quarter or 1/2 Kelly, you'd be betting 0.81 units. 1 unit should be 1% of your bankroll. But typically, I just play everything for 1 unit even, because our edges are often larger than the EV percent says. Ian, welcome to the chat, man. Thanks for joining. All right, Bucks minus 3.5. Who's riding this one? Sure, we already got a ton of names on it. So Bucks minus 3.5, minus 148. And we have Monday Night Football today. I didn't even talk about that. Actually, let's only go 100. I already have 250 on it. Cardinals and the Cowboys. I have money on the Cardinals, which also upside down in that position. So maybe we'll find some Cowboys bets to put on. We'll see. And promos. Let's see what we have for promos. 30% profit boost. College basketball, 50% profit boost. Maybe we'll have something good for DraftKings as well. Aiden, thanks, man. Thanks for joining. All right. Do I have to click the button that pick this on Discord? What do you mean there? Oh, that you picked it? So here's what this button does. If you're talking about the place bet button, and it kind of gets jumbled up here when there's so many names, but here, I'll show you an example. Let's pick this play looks great. What is that? So this is Grizzlies and Pistons over in the first quarter. A lot of good movement down. So if you hit this placed bet button, your name's going to pop up under the bet taken. This is just so you don't accidentally double bet the same bet. So if you go in the book and actually place the bet and you come back and you click this button, of course it failed. Sometimes Discord, there you go. You got to click it twice sometimes. So now my name pops under the bet taken. Now it just went away, of course. It can be a little glitchy with Discord. But anyway, you get the point where if you place the bet, your name pops under it. So Sunshine right here just put this bet in and he put his name. And if someone else takes this bet on our Discord, it'll add their name. So just keep adding names. And like I said, sometimes you get this bet interaction fail, and it's a Discord issue. Yeah, now it's back up there. So just click the button again if it fails. Okay. Downward movement is what we're looking for. So this is a play that already took. but I would definitely Memphis plus 3.5 for the first half. I just want to see how much money I have on it if I want to hit it again. Oh, so I have them first half and full game for 325. So I'll probably hit this for another 75. So let's go Grizzlies plus 3.5. Yellow odds are Bookmaker, which is also another sharp book. So you got Pinnacle and Bookmaker both pricing this at minus 147, and we can get it at minus 130. So we're getting it 17 cents better than two really sharp books. So that's big. Memphis plus 3.5 minus 130. I'm just gonna go. No, I can only hit $37 more. Kind of max it. So my name's already on there. So other interesting thing, if you're new to the Discord, we also have. So this was kind of like a requested feature because reading the charts and understanding all the odds movement it's a skill. Like you have to learn it, and you're gonna make mistakes. And we have hundreds of hours of YouTube videos, and I do 3 live streams a week. So I'm always teaching people how to do it and how to read these graphs. But if you kind of want to be lazy about it, what you can do is you can go to the call out section and go to ClosingDime bot plays. And what happens is when I click that place bet button, it sends the bet to this channel. So you can get notified every time I take a plus EV bet. Now, this is good and bad because we might not have the same books. So if I'm taking a ton of bets on FanDuel and you don't have FanDuel, the pings are kind of worthless because you need to match the same price that I got it as. But if you're looking to learn about what kind of graphs you should take, just go through this channel because these are all the bets that I took, and just like review them and try to understand, why I took this bet. And if something looks weird to you in here, or you have a question about one of the bets that I took personally, don't be afraid to ask me. Especially if you ask in the chat, people will help you out. I'll help you out, and I'm sure a lot of people have the same exact questions. So. That Memphis spread was a first half, so I don't know if you got first half, but it sounds like you got a better price. Maybe a better number. I'm not sure. I think we took a first half, so that we might not have the same line. All right, FanDuel. Let's see what we got. So this is college football, and this game is 3 days away. So this is the Thursday night game. Limits are only $500. So it's not a market that's very liquid yet. It's easily manipulated. These lines could bounce all over the place. So these are typically the bets that I completely avoid. I want to see, for college football, 2,000 to 3,000 limits before I start betting. Yeah, you did get the full game. That makes more sense. Well, Memphis is probably the sharp side to be on anyway, so hopefully the price wasn't too bad. I mean, we did pay minus 130, so we paid some juice. I don't know. We'll just let it ride. Celtics first quarter money line. So the other cool thing too is or not cool necessarily, but having more sharp books in the DVIG process gives you more confidence. So like here we have Circa, Bookmaker, and Pinnacle, which is the 3 sharp books that we have access to their odds. And we're seeing not crazy amount of movement by anyone. I mean, Circa opened up minus 220 and stuck there. Bookmaker has moved up and down 10, 15 cents, but not really picking a direction. Pinnacle has actually dropped a little bit down into the minus 226. So we can get this at minus 181, 188. I don't hate it at all, really. I mean, it's value to every single book here. So we'll go Celtics first quarter money line, minus 188. It's a good win probability as well. Celtics first quarter money line, minus 188. I'm going 200 on that one. It's like a half unit. So I mentioned betting 1 unit on everything. I mostly only bet one unit on really liquid markets like full game spreads and totals, money lines. If I start betting first quarter stuff, I usually knock it down a little bit. First half, also knock it down a little bit. There's less liquidity there. Can't trust the markets or the numbers as much on the sharp books. All right, that one's good. Any good promos on DraftKings? I mean, I'll probably look over there eventually, but all right, let's see. All right, sweet. All right, any more plays on FanDuel we want to look at? A lot of these are the same bet too. So like Memphis Grizzlies, Pistons over 61.5. Then over 59.5 for the same. Actually, that's not the same game. It's just a bet you don't want because the odds are moving up. But don't. Sometimes you get pings that are like over 60.5, over 61.5. Don't just bet them all. Yeah, I'm limited on every single book. FanDuel is the one book that I can still bet like a couple $100 once in a while. So that's why I pretty much barely leave this page. But we'll go look at some other books here and you'll see how bad my limits are. Basically, what's that one? Cowboys minus 7.5. $3,000 limits. I mean, we see a lot of action down from this plus 190 price. I think this is a good play. It's a lower win probability. So if you want to go, probably go like a half unit on this one. But Cowboys minus 7.5 is play I'm taking. But yeah, I'm limited on every book. I have a YouTube video about it. There is no great way to not become limited. I mean, the number one way is just to lose, and no one wants to do that. So, I mean, the way I go about it is like if you're hitting a bunch of, there's certain things not to do. Like eventually you're going to get limited, and it's just part of the game. So I've been doing this for like 3 years. I've been limited for 2.5 years on every single book. It's just part of the game, especially with the sweepstakes books and the exchanges and the prediction markets. Like there's becoming more ways to get outs. So I'm less worried about getting limited on the retail books because I think the future is in a different area than just like max betting retail books. But you can try to parlay things. You can try to look like a square better for a little bit longer if you wanted to. But I would make the money while you can. Take your edges and deal with the limits as they come. To be honest, I mean, if you're really getting into the weeds and you're like taking this very professionally or seriously, you could have multiple accounts that you're priming with like fake action. And then once your limits get raised, you start slamming like massive bets. But I mean, the way I see it is just go for it. Just don't be dumb. Don't hit like 20% EV plays on books. Don't arbitrage bet if you're worried about getting limited. Like just stuff like that. All right. Cardinals plus 3.5. Should he also play Dallas minus 7.5? So yeah, the risk of a double loss. So that's where I typically don't middle myself like that, because if Cowboys win by 4-7, then you lost both your bets, which kind of sucks. So this is it's actually a good conversation, and I think I would lean to telling you to not place the Dallas minus 7.5, even though it's EV. But mathematically speaking, and I don't know, I do this a lot too, I guess, but you can't change the bet you had before. Your Cardinals plus 3.5 is probably negative EV. I was also on the Cardinals, so I got turned upside down as well. I'm on the Cardinals money line, so I also have a bad middle situation if I place this bet, but I can't change the bad bet I placed earlier in the day. What I can do now is place a positive EV bet. So unless you can cash out for full cash out, go do that and then place the Cowboys bet. But I don't like reverse middling myself. I'll probably just play this for 100 because I'm in the same situation as you, but I don't want to just ignore this bet because it is a plus EV bet, and I can't, I screwed up probably 3-4 days ago when I bet the Cardinals, but there's no reason for me not to take it now. So I don't have a direct answer for you. I probably just confused the shit out of everyone, but that's what I'm going to place a little bit on the Cowboys -7.5, and I'm going to hopefully not get reverse middled. But I do like the logic of, mathematically speaking, you probably place the bet because it's a positive EV bet, and that's all it really comes down to. Nuggets Kings. I don't know if I have any of these overs, but this is good movement towards the over as well. Nuggets Kings. I have nothing on Nuggets Kings total, so I'm gonna sprinkle on this one as well. So you see Bookmaker dropping pretty hard here. Pinnacle is at +125, so it doesn't really have value to Pinnacle, but overall this trend is downwards, and you have a ton of value to Bookmaker, so it's going to be worth a play for me. Nuggets Kings over 63.5 +132. Yeah, sounds like SportsCap has the same logic. There's Cardinals not plus EV anymore, and the Cowboys are, so why not place it? Instead of holding on to one negative EV position, now you have a positive and a negative, and hopefully you don't get in the middle there. But $75 my max bet here. So I mean, there's limits. First quarter limits are not great. They go up in stages, just like sharp books. Like if I can only bet $75 here, then I might be able to bet 150 on the first half and then 300 on the full game. Kind of stagger like that, roughly. Okay, let's hop over to Fanatics. So this is interesting. Cowboys Cardinals under 55.5 -125. Circa moved from 54.5 to 54 to 53.5. So that's movement towards the under. Bookmaker dropped 54 to 53, price dropping as well. I'm going to go look. I'm going to hop over to another website that I double check some things with, and I think it's a good tool to have, called Pinnacle Odds Dropper. And I just want to get a more clear picture of just this this Pinnacle line, because it's kind of congested in here. I can't tell exactly what Pinnacle is doing, and Pinnacle Odds Dropper basically only tracks Pinnacle odds. So I'm going to use them for a second. That is the Cowboys game under 54.5, I believe. So it'd be an alt line under 54.5. So under 55.5. The chart's probably going to look the same. I mean, the movement happens pretty much the same across all the markets. So we see an increase to 20K limits, and then it kind of spikes up right away after 20K, which is not a good sign. And then it gets tanked back down from -130 to -142. So late money coming in on the Cowboys under. Full unit with odds minus. Yeah. So yeah, if the odds are -150 or under, I'm always putting a full unit on it. Honestly, anything in the minus range, I'm going a full unit. And then anything in the plus range, I might step it down a little bit. So that's a good question. Yeah, look, I think we all got whatever Arizona. Actually, I could probably go back and look at my plays and see when I took Arizona. But all right, I'm thinking this Cowboys Dallas under is probably the play. I'm going to go to Novig and actually make this market and see if I can get a good price. So it's good on Fanatics at minus 125. Want to see what Novig has. Under 55.5. So not even close to, I'm going to put in minus 125 for 200. See if it gets filled. So if you don't know what Novig is, it's a peer-to-peer betting exchange, and this is a way to get around limits. So basically, I can put a bet out in the market. I can make my own market, my own odds. And if someone matches the other side of the bet, then the exchange holds on to both of our monies until the bet ends, and then it pays out the winner. And Novig doesn't take a fee, so that's great. If you're interested in that, you can use the link down below in the description as well to join Novig. If you use code SharpMoney, you get 10% back on a $1,000 deposit. So you basically get a free $100 if you use the SharpMoney code there in the link. I use it all the time now. So we'll see if that gets filled. We get another ping on FanDuel. Bucks getting pinged again. I like it. So Bucks minus 3.5, minus 150. So I believe we bet it earlier at a better price. So that's a good sign. Actually, we can go look right now. So something I like to do is I like to make sure that I'm getting value on my bets. So Memphis plus 3.5. So we bet it at minus 130. Now you would have to get it minus 138. So that's good. Bucks minus 3.5. I go to that minus 148. It's at minus 150. So it moved 2 cents towards us. Perfect. We just placed these ones, so we'll see if this one moved. Beautiful. We got it at minus 188 and moved to minus 192. This Cowboy spread has been here all day, so I don't think it's going to move. But minus 7.5, 190 was the same one, and then plus 132, plus 132. So we're either even or beating price on everything that we've bet so far, which is awesome, and the whole goal of value betting. A lot of bookmaker comes out with these bets so early in the week. So under DVIG books, it tells you what book it used to find the fair value. So just use bookmaker here early in the week. I'm not touching these with one book DVIG. I mean, this is a big enough edge, 6.5 or 6.1%, where you could take a stab here, but I don't love it. All right, here's a bet that we could look into. Ravens versus the Vikings. Ravens minus 2.5, minus 148. I mean, getting under 3 is so clutch, and there's a little bit of weird movement here where Circa opened 3.5. They went to 4.5, but back to 4. So from the open, they look good, but so overall from the open, it's moved towards the Ravens. So I do like this, and even bookmakers trending that way pretty nicely. So here's a bet that I'm going to take on DraftKings and also probably on Onyx odds if I can get it. I hit the mobile link. Let's see. Toxicity. I used OddsJam for my first year of sports betting. Basically, I did well with it, and I realized that there were some things that I didn't like about it. So I started building my own Discord bots to find plays with line movement, because at the time I think it's still this way, but the only way you could get line movement like we have with the bots, where it's showing, where Circa is, where Pinnacle is, Bookmaker is, and the Pinnacle limits. I don't even think they have OddsJam has the Pinnacle limits in charted, which is very, very important and pretty much all of my strategy. But once I realized that I didn't need to pay that much money and I could build it myself, that was the first idea of the SharpMoney Discord. Is we built our own plus EV bots, and we had a small community, and now it's kind of just taken off. So I have access to OddsJam, and I don't use it, not once. Live and arbitrage betting, it's superior. Pre-game plus EV bets, I think SharpMoney Discord grabs every bet you want to see personally. So I help build this. That's one of the reasons I use it. But I think and pre-game plus EV betting, which is all I do, I think it's very comparable. All right, so that Ravens bet, did it load up there? Ravens minus 2.5, minus 148. So we're gonna max this. Then I'm probably max odds and max it or hit it for like 250 or something. All right, we just had something big happen here. 7 pings on. So the over starting to get steamed really hard for the Nuggets. Nuggets, Kings. All right, over 124. I'm hopping over to FanDuel because this is a really good play. Over 124.5 plus 120. And the odds might have moved. When we see a market move this fast, it's hard to catch these lines. Yeah, so when you see like every bet ping at once, I mean, someone probably just got ruled out, and these lines are tanking. I think we already have Kings Nuggets bets though for the over, so that could be beneficial for us for sure. All right, so back to that Ravens play. Log in first. Ravens minus 2.5. Minus 148. $14. That's gross. All right, let's go to Onyx odds. Yeah, so there's my limits. $14 on DraftKings. I usually don't even bother betting them. Okay, Ravens. So if you didn't know this, Onyx odds is a sweepstakes book, and they mirror DraftKings odds for the most part. They're a little quicker to move their odds than DraftKings. So yeah, so they have Ravens minus 2.5, minus 165. So if you aren't completely limited like me on DraftKings, I would definitely hit this Ravens minus 2.5, minus 148. But I'll also go into Novig to see if I can get more money down this way. So I'm going to be best in market. I'll even go minus 150 here. So for player props, I typically for so long I was all just like top down plus EV betting. But once we started handicapping stuff, I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but I do NFL rushing attempts and rushing yards. I model that out, so I bet those with my model. And then we have 2 other handicappers in here. Sigma Squirrel, who does NFL props, so I tail all his props, and then Mathwins does NBA props, all from our own models. And I basically the whole point of our handicapping service is for people to post liquidity on the exchange and get down extra money. Obviously, if you're one of the lucky people who don't have crazy limits, you can just hit the soft retail books. But we try to hit books like FanDuel and DraftKings and then post liquidity on the exchanges. So this year, I would say 100% of my prop bets are originated lines from SharpMoney VIP. So yeah, if you were not here at the beginning, then you did not know any of that. And you also didn't know that if you look on the ticker on the bottom of the screen, tomorrow is the last day we're running a promo for our VIP service, which you get access to the 3 handicappers. And it's a name your price promo. So we typically charge $200 a month. But we are working with different people that want to join the VIP program. So if you email us at team@betsharpmoney.com with an offer, we'll work with you on a price that works. We keep it under 100 people because we already do blow is quick. And if we have 250 people betting the same stuff, it wouldn't last at all. So that's kind of our cap. That's why we're running ending the promo tomorrow, because we're hitting that 100 person threshold. But we're keeping it open for the next couple of days. So if you're interested in that, check it out. If you're new at all, Math Wins last year sent out over 2,500 plays for NBA player props, and he netted over 200 units of profit, betting 1 unit flat per bet, and an 8% ROI in all his NBA props. So I tail him blindly because I trust his stuff. Sigma also did all NFL props last year, and he finished up, I think, like 80 units, and he was up like 5% ROI. I just started betting my model this year for running back props. So these are my first 8 weeks. I did not track week 9 yet. I went 9-9, down 1 unit. So back-to-back losing weeks for me. But we are up to last week, up a 16% ROI on my running back projections, with $1,800 of profit in the first 8 weeks. That's assuming you're betting $100 per unit. So that's where we're at with the VIP stuff. It's been great. I would say Math Wins has lost the last couple of days, and I have lost the last 2 weeks of running back projections. So I think we're due for a nice little comeback run. So the other thing I will say too is we also have a free Discord, which is this community chat. We get access to the community chat. You get access to every time we post content or go live, you get notified there. And then we also have a promo section to where every single promo, or pretty much every single promo, someone identifies it, tags, like you can put a role on your account to have DraftKings promos flag you. And then the promo is posted there, 1-click link. It tells you EV percentage and stuff like that. So definitely check out the free SharpMoney Discord. If anything, the links below for the bots, for the VIP, and for free are down in the description. So definitely check that out. See if we can get a couple more bets in here. Grizzlies, Pistons gearing up. So another, like when I was talking about the limits, is like when the limits go from, this isn't a huge increase, but $750 to $1,000, and then you see a price drop, that means attack that line. That means people hit it here. So sharp bettors were hitting this at plus 127. We can get it at plus 132. So Knicks Wizards, first quarter points over 62.5, plus 132. Really good price. Our backgrounds for math and computer science mine is very low. Hold on, I'll get into it in 1 second. So Math Wins, take a wild guess, but he's actually a math teacher. So I mean, he's very, and he knows math very well. Personally, I have no background in computer science or math. To build our bots, we worked with a developer, so it's more just like our ideas, how we formulate the fair value and the win probabilities and how we display everything. Like, I know what I want to do, but I could never, code it to do that. So we pay a developer to pretty much bring our ideas to life. When it comes to our modeling, it's really just math oriented, and all three of us work in Excel. And I don't know if you know about the program called Unabated, but essentially what you do is you model out whatever you want to model out. You come up with average numbers, and then you upload your projections to the Unabated website, and it runs it through a 10,000 game simulator to median numbers. And then you bet your median numbers, compare those to the market, and then bet them. So Unabated has a great tool where if you can build the projections and you upload it to them, they run the simulations, then they compare to the retail books. So, all right, so Unabated. So that's basically what we're doing. We're using Unabated, building our own models. Bucks still getting pinged. A lot of I don't love betting like first quarter stuff, but Nuggets Kings. Let's see, over first half points. Good, very good direction here by bookmaker and Pinnacle. Circa just opened up at 123. So you're getting better. You're getting a half point better at 122 for the over, but you're paying 12 cents. It's a lot for a half point. I think, it's about 10 cents of fair value for a half point in the first half. So it doesn't really have great value to Circa. $27. So I can get more on that than I could on the Ravens alternate line. Yeah, mathematics major in college, but you really don't need it for this. Yeah, you really don't. I mean, I think that the biggest, you just need to be able to like problem solve. I think that's the biggest thing as a sports bettor. You need to be able to handle the emotional swings of it all. You really don't need to be, rocket scientist to do this. I mean, it definitely helps. Like, yeah, if anyone that like went to college and used Excel looked at my model, they would say that it's probably built very, very inefficiently, and it probably took me like 15 hours than a normal person to build it because I'm not familiar with it. So I mean, there's definitely perks of going to school and being, into math or computer sciences. If I were to do it again, I'd go back for it for college. I'd learn some coding or something. Lakers first half. I don't love this. I want to see another limit increase to see some extra movement. I don't love the overall movement of this market. Also, don't like that Circa went from 4.5 to 5, giving them more points. So I don't love that at all. So one other thing I'll do too is, here's a good one. Rockets Mavs. Yeah, the line's tanking here. Let's see if we can get this one. Over 224.5 points plus 100. Over 224 plus 100 on ESPN bet. This line was moving fast, so I wouldn't be shocked if it's gone. Over 224.5, 100. I think my limits here is probably 100. See if it verifies my location. ESPN always gives me problems. Over 224.5 plus 100. I have to log in and do it on my phone. I'm going to log in on my phone because this doesn't look like it's going to load on my computer. Billboard said it's dead on his end. Still looks good here. Oh, no. Just moved to minus 120, and I logged me out. Yep. Yeah, dude, this space is wild. Yeah, I mean, with the whole prediction market boom and the exchanges, it's interesting. There's a lot of money to be made. Montana said, "I will check the sport ticket in Discord when I get off stream. So I'll help you out there if you get a problem. I'll check it out." Celtics first quarter points. All right, let's see if there's any promos. I like to, or actually, I guess the promo team probably already hit some. So let's see. So 30% profit boost for Arizona and Dallas. So here's how I take advantage of the free Sharp Money Discord is find a promo, opt into it, and then you simply go over to Discord. You go to our promo section, and you look for a, like this one, DraftKings, the Monday night 3-leg option. So that's the promo we just opted in for. Greek posted this one. He said it's a D-Vig to Circa and Pinnacle. Plus 310 is the odds he got it at. This is a 6.6% edge. So we're going to load it up. I should put it right in the bet slip. Maybe not. Maybe I have to go to the quick pick bot for it. Cowboys minus 2.5 CeeDee Lamb and Cowboys money line. So he allowed him to parlay Cowboys money line. Oh, and first half spread. I got you. So there's our 3 picks. Where is my bonus? Oh, it's a 4-legger. Do I have an extra leg that these guys don't have to add? All right, scratch that. Let's see what other ones we have on here for DraftKings while I'm in here. Clash of the Court. Opt into that one, and I'm just going to tail Greek here. He's going hard on these. 7% edge. All right, got to go quick pick bot, I guess. Got so many links opened up right now. All right, so we're going to apply that boost, and $20 max bet for me. That is crazy. Okay, well, they capped me at $9. Usually I get like $5 promos. Oh, there is a 4-legger. Okay. So people must have different boosts, and the promo team obviously knows that. So let's see. All right, so here is, I'll tell you exactly why we flat unit. So instead of using Kelly criterion formula, we use typically 1 unit flat bets on even on our plus EV plays. So let's just look at a bet here. I'll go to my channel actually. So let's just look at a play that has like a ton of steam. I mean, something like this, like, all right, so this is a play. This is Texans and Broncos. So the Kelly criterion formula uses the EV percentage and the win probability to determine the optimal bet size, right? The problem is that we focus, the whole Discord is angled towards playing very, very small edges that are going to close better. So for an example, a lot of the bets I take are like 0.5% EV at the moment, but I believe will close 2, 3, 4% value. So if we're basing our bet sizing off of an EV percentage that we think is going to increase, then we are often underestimating how much we should bet. So this is a 1.3% EV, but if this was a 0.5% EV play, then the recommended unit size for like 1/4 Kelly would be like 0.1 units, and you would just never get enough money down. So what I started doing, what Mathwin started doing, a lot of us is just flat betting these, the ones that have really good steam, because right now this play has 1% value, but it sure looks like this market is going to continue to move in the downward direction. So basically, we don't use Kelly when the market is moving, because we think it underestimates how much you should be betting, because it's part of the Kelly criterion formula is the EV percentage. So if we have the same bet, but the EV is 3%, it's going to ask you to bet a lot more. So we're assuming that these are being undervalued. And we've figured that out very, very fast, because I bet a ton of plays under 1% EV, and my long-term ROI is like 3%. So, but for a like if the market is stable and flat and you don't really know which way it's going to move that much, then Kelly Criterion is fine. I mean, it's fine all the time, but I think flat betting takes a lot of the thinking out of it, and it might actually be more optimal in some situations. All right, so I'm still looking for that. Wow, these guys are grinding. Look at all these promos from 5 o'clock tonight. 4 legs. Thralia, he's got us. Did we not have a link on this one? I don't think this is the 4-legger. Nope. Four-legger. There it is. I think this is it. Looks like 4 legs. So a lot of these moved a yard or so, but we'll still play it. Why is there only 3 legs here? Oh, Dallas first quarter money line got moved. All right, I can't seem to get a 4-legger to load in here. That's all right. All right, let's see what other promos we have before I get off. 25% quick hit boost. Let's do that one. Race to 10. Sweet. So having the promo team, it just saves so much time from having to do all the work of trying to figure out the exact value of each bet. And they have it all broken down for you. So, and if you're a new sports bettor and you're looking to make money, betting promos is the easiest way. So definitely check it out. All right, I'm going to leave it with that. The links to join the free Discord or get access to the Plus EV bot or the VIP will be down below. Like I said, the Name Your Price promo is going on for 2 more days. So email us, team@betsharpmoney.com with a price that you're willing to pay that makes sense for your bankroll, and we'll get back to you. And hopefully we can get a couple more people in this very exclusive community that we're all trying to win money together. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'll be back on Tuesday or tomorrow night at 8 p.m. with the rest of the Sharp Money owners. We do a nice little segment of industry news. So we talk about, what's been going on in the week of sports betting in terms of mostly industry stuff. And there's so much news breaking every single day now. So that'll be tomorrow night. And I also stream on Thursday nights as well. Also expect some long form YouTube content to come out sometime this week. So if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, the YouTube channel, please do that now before you log off. I appreciate it very much. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.